Forgive and forget. So those to me are, it's like a wise saying, a wise teaching for people. And I'm not sure if maybe you can think about it for yourself, what age you were when you started hearing something like that. Yeah, it's a very smart thing to, a very healthy thing to forgive and forget. I find that we have problems doing that. And that's what I want to talk about with you today, is because I recently realized how powerful forgive and forget is. And I want to share that with you so that you guys can use it in your life to help you get through things and really have a lighter load in life that allows you to just be happy on a regular basis. So let's get to it. How you doing? This is the Legendary Daddy channel. I'm Legendary Daddy. That's my book, Legendary Daddy. And today I want to talk about forgive and forget. Forgiveness is super duper healthy. That's the way I think of it. I think of it as health more than like a spiritual or religious thing or anything like that. Forgiveness, for people who really understand and practice this, they know that forgiving someone who's wronged you, and believe me, there are plenty of the people out there who have probably wronged you, but forgiving them gives you a certain kind of peace and healing inside of yourself without them ever even having to change. And that peace and healing inside of yourself, if you do just massive hardcore forgiveness throughout your life, you'll realize you feel great all the time, and you might not even know why. And it's probably because of the forgiveness that you've gone through in your past and given to people and to yourself. So in a way, you're really helping yourself. Okay, so if you feel that forgiveness is weakness, then think of it as you're being awesome because you're being selfish and you're taking care of yourself. Forgiveness is self-healing. It's a very selfish thing in a way to be forgiving. So be forgiving. Let's start with that. So when it comes to forgiveness, I believe that there are different stages that we go through, and our stages of forgiveness and how good we get at it is also kind of like the way it is as we grow as a person with age, for instance. Okay, here's an example. So when you're a kid, you're just a little ego and you don't know the ways of this world yet. You only know me. That's it. Me, I want. That's a great thing. As much as people think that it's bad, it's good. The ego is good. It's there to help you. It's actually there for survival. So even not forgiving in a way and being angry when you know that you've been wronged is kind of a good thing, because you have to have that little signal that goes off that teaches you that you've been wronged, that someone has stolen from you, taken from you, been mean to you for no reason. It makes you start becoming much more alert about your surroundings. It's survival, okay? What we find is that as you get older, that holding on to some of these things can be very embarrassing, first of all, but it can be unhealthy. For instance, boys versus girls, there's a lot of that when you are growing up as a kid. You see the differences, the duality, let's say. So you get older and you start realizing, I think I have to start getting out of this boy versus girl thing once I'm a tween or in high school and becoming a teenager, because I'm realizing I like girls. And if I make the girl my enemy, then I'm not going to very much be having very good relationships. I'm going to be having relationships that are a bunch of fighting. So growing, forgiving, changing, a lot of this stuff is really necessary. As you get older, it's something that can be very helpful and very important in your maturity. And we can see that there are people on this earth who do not forgive and do not let go. And they seem to be very, very childish. As a person who forgives and as an adult, you see these people they're older than me, maybe, and they do not forgive. That's what leads to racism, sexism, wars. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. So when they say forgive and forget, that's what I realize, little kids can't really forgive too much. Once you get to be kind of on the adult spectrum, that's when you start hearing probably forgive and forget. But I also see that people have a tough time with the forget thing. That's something I saw as I grew older. That's the next stage where you become an adult and you decide I forgive, but I won't forget. I'm not forgetting because I need to remember these things. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That kind of thing. Forgive, but don't forget. And it makes sense. And I use that, I think, for decades probably, The forgiveness I do believe was there. The forgetting was maybe not exactly there completely. And now I want to share with you why I think that I have to share with you the forgetting part and how important it is, because I've realized in the last couple of years that I've been doing the forgetting, and I think it's what it's allowed me to be stronger, keep on going further. Okay, so this story I want to talk to you about is, it involves quite a bit of fighting, I guess, that went over years, maybe even decades. Very, very difficult stuff, and it's part of my life's journey. Okay, so let's say for like maybe 3 years, it was getting really, really bad, and because I was married to my wife, she was now involved with it. I had a couple kids, and now they were kind of involved in it too, but most of it was just directed at me and my wife. I wanted to make this whole situation work for me, so I had it in my mind and in my heart that I actually chose this in some way, and that this was part of my growth here on my life's journey. It was a challenge. I went through the challenge. I tried to do it with the most love I could, but at the same time I knew because we were fighting, I had to be tough, I had to be strong, I had to put my foot down, I had to bend when I needed to bend, and in this situation I thought I did a great job. So at the climax of it, when the people who were my adversaries or the people who were against me tried to get everything they could against me, and they were just pretty much letting me know, like, I hope you lose, we tried to do everything we could to break you. I did it with a smile, because I knew that the whole everything to break me wasn't what was lasting in my brain. What was going in my brain and when my heart was, this is where everything gets cut, and the ties are cut, and I'm free. And I think it was like a week later when I was driving, that little voice inside of me, something spoke up and just said, you have to forgive. I was driving and I thought, whoa, okay, I got it. I'm supposed to forgive. And I was really excited, and I thought, easy. This is going to be simple. Like, I'm good at forgiveness. I know what it does for me. So yeah, out loud, I was saying, like, I completely forgive. I understand that my adversaries have a lot of really bad issues. They're not changing. Part of the reason why they're so frustrated is that I am changing, and I'm leaving behind a lot of different things that I probably used to match them in some ways. This is all about growth. This isn't about anything personal. And actually, they're still stuck. They're still behind in some way. And I have mercy on that. I'm not trying to, I'm not going to ever go back and kick them when they're down, any kind of stuff like that whatsoever. Just, no, forgive. Good. Life goes on. Let's fast forward about 5 years. I am not living around those people. I'm not with them. I'm not dealing with them. They're not part of my life story anymore. And they come back in somehow. They need help. And I thought, okay, I listened closely and I kind of paid attention. I thought, all right, I got to step in here. But it's not just me. See, when I was attacked, my wife got hit too. And my kids got hit. So I had to talk to my wife about it and say, okay, I'm going to do this. And I'm doing this on behalf of us and our family. I represent us in some ways. You might be asked to do a little something. I'm not sure. What do you think? So she gave me honest opinions, and she could easily said, like, no, I can't handle it. No, I don't want to be around these people. But no, she was like, okay, I got it. I'm good. So we talked about that, and I thought, I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm going into this new situation, and I forgave. I'm able to do it. I'm confident. I don't have anything to worry about. There's nothing that people can take from me, any kind of that stuff. It's like, and I've been living with joy for a long time, so I'm fine. But that confidence, that feeling doesn't mean that I shouldn't be aware of what I'm walking into. So one night I talked to my sister and my wife, and I said, okay, so what is it exactly that I have to do? What are we walking into? And what is our memories of what happened here? So my wife and my sister ended up telling me, remember this happened? I thought, oh my God, that's right, they did that. And then, oh, you remember this happened? It's like, are you serious? I can't believe it. I forgot all about that. And they kept coming back at me with, like I said, years of fighting. Plenty of stuff that was just, wow. And I was like, and I remember how I reacted. What did I choose? Oh God, was I well behaved? And I looked back and I thought, yeah, I tried to do the best that I would be able to answer back to my wife and my kids. Every decision I made that was a fight, and there was a fight for our progress, was not like wicked, evil, trying to be bad. Nothing. I did a pretty good job. And at the end of that hour and a half, I think, of talking, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, forgive and forget. I did the forgetting part. I forgot about all of this mess that had happened in our lives. And I couldn't help but think, it's like, this is why I'm usually pretty happy. When I was younger, I didn't do the forgive and forget. I did the I forgive, but I'm never going to forget, because you have to keep your word. Yeah, of course, I explained that to you in the video. But in this situation now, in my older age, I completely forgot. The forgetting part is what kind of like gave me a clean slate. It helped me so much. The challenges that came after that weren't the same. And I think the reason why is, part of the reason why might be because of soul retrieval, which I'll put a link right there. I knew that there was probably trauma happening during those times. So I went back searching, and I rewrote, and I healed, and I forgave. And I did that whenever I just wanted to have fun during meditation. And those things, I think it really helped me forget. And I decided to go, still with my wits about me, into this situation, which has been going fine. And I've been trying to be as helpful as I can. And I guess that's why I wanted to talk to you today, is because I wanted to explain to you about how the forgetting part is so important. It doesn't make you dumber. It really doesn't. You know, I'm not just like, oh, ignorance is bliss. I'm not walking into the same problems. I think those lessons are just done. I know they were done. And that's what I took them as. Not as ego battles between this and that and all that kind of stuff. Not childish ways of doing things. That whole I'm not going to forget, I think even that still gives you tension in your body. And I think that's why it was so easy to forgive and just kind of forget, because when that lesson was done, that's what I took it as, is that the lesson's done. Time to move forward, time to move on. And the forgetting gave me peace, gives me peace in my body, healing, health, happiness that I can spread, with my wife, my kids, and share with my wife, my kids. And like I said, that's why I wanted to share that with you today. Now, one little footnote. If you happen to be in a situation where you're in the middle of a fight, forgetting might not be something you want to do, because you might really need to keep your wits about you in the middle of a battle. It's not the time, maybe during that time. But when these little chapters in your life end, or they close, and you start something new, I think it's a very good thing to have a very good session of just forgiving and maybe even rewriting it, like I said, through a soul retrieval, and then just letting it go, forgetting. But do not forget to like and subscribe for this channel. Click the bell if you can, and I hope that this is able to help in some way. I really find myself with a pretty good amount of happiness, and I'm trying to share that with all of you. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.